Good to see you back, friends. It is the Kevin Jack Show. Hey, we got a special show today for you. We got a special guest. Now, we do the New Music Monday. We haven't had a guest yet, but we got a bomb burner for you today. Of course, Anthony's going to be here with us, but this guy, we pride ourselves on this show of really being able to catch everything before it bubbles. So the idea is that you see what's going to be popular 6 months to a year from now, right now. All right. Now, people called us crazy before, but we have a great track record. And so when we're telling you this, I'm not just hyping you up, I'm letting you know that you're going to see this guy making some noise very, very soon. So we're going to get a chance for the live to get a little bit more popping. I'm going to go to my Facebook page. I got to invite everybody for this bad boy because this is going to be a classic. This is one of those interviews that if you watch No Jumper, this like the XXX Tentacion. This is like that Biggie freestyle when he went on a wake up show. This is that, So I'm trying to let y'all know what's cracking and what's going down. So pay me no mind. I'm about to invite all my people. I cut the taco meat off for y'all today, so y'all know when I cut the taco meat off, it's an issue. All right. So with no further ado, this guy is an artist to watch. It's New Music Monday. We got Anthony Fava and Mikey SB. Hold up. We're going to give the applause, and then we're going to hit the air horn. So 1 second, let's get this going right because, we got to make this make sense, right? Let's do this. Let me make sure I'm going to knock your speakers out with the air horn because we need it extra loud. All right, so here we go. Hey, we got to get another one. All right.
What's going on?
We got Mikey SB in the building. Hold on. What? I think we had here we go.
How
Mikey,
you
what's
doing?
good, man?
What's going on, man?
Hey, I'm just so glad to have you on the show, man.
Yes, sir.
The people, they may not know who you are yet, but they don't know who you are yet. So you know how it's gonna be. We're gonna get Mikey on the stream real quick. Hold on, let me add him. There you go. So, so we got to start this thing off right. A lot of people here, this is probably their first time checking you out. So we want to go really dive deep into it. Anthony, don't feel bad, man. You looking ugly as usual with the Ugly Gang. I cut the taco meat off for you. So, Anthony, are you good? How are you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing it's best it's ever been, bro. I'm going to be real with you right there.
For
Best it's
sure.
ever been.
Mikey, how are you doing, fam?
Blessed to be alive, man. I'm doing great.
Oh.
Indeed. All right, so we're gonna start it off. Anthony, feel free to jump in. I don't want to hog it, but I got so much I want to talk to you about, Mikey. So First things first, like, what is your background? I mean, it seems like, I checked out the YouTube and I checked out all your social media. Like, how did you get to the point that you're at right now?
With the music?
Yeah.
Well, I just didn't stop. That's the first thing. So I tell everybody's like, they see me year 6, 7, 8, 9, and they're like, man, like you're crushing it. And I'm like, oh, I appreciate it. But this is year 6, 7, 8, 9. And like year 1 through 5, like I was just head down grinding and, nobody noticed. So yeah, I just didn't stop. And, I just stayed committed and just always built relationships and never tried to burn bridges and did good business and, focused on like the art, and that's where we at.
So in terms of like, if you had to, I hate doing it because I always hate it when people would ask me this question, but I'm gonna ask you because it gives people an idea of like how to position you. If you had to define your style, I don't want to define it for you. I have in my mind what it makes me feel like. But if you had to define your style, like what would your style be?
It's man, it's just like some real chill, like it's real, like it's like real, like for real. Like I try and like add substance. It's catchy, but it's conscious, so it's like real, but at the same time it's chill. Even on my more hype records, it's like I have this essence of chillness. So it's like real chill, just music, man. I can't put a genre to it, so yeah, I'm sorry, but I always say like genre bending, like I just make what I make, and like you said, I don't know how to answer it because I don't think about genre. People are like, oh, like I have an indie rock record coming out, and I have like a band, and we made like a whole EP, and like it's a whole different, sound. But like I don't care, and my fans don't care either. But I don't know. Chill, real chill.
Have you ever heard of bedroom pop?
I heard you guys talk about it actually on the. And I think I've heard it, but I was like, "What is that?" Like, I didn't know what it was. Bedroom, made in the bedroom, pop music.
Of course, I think it's pop made in the bedroom. But I was saying, like, just if you remember, like older records, especially from like the 70s and 80s, they have like a certain sound. I'm not sure if it was like the analog or recording the tape. But it just the records cut a certain way, no matter if you're talking about like a rap record or even a rock record. It sounds totally different, and it just has that grittiness to it, and it has that that staying power. So a lot of bedroom pop, I've been saying it, is probably going to be the genre that takes over because it just it's authentic music. And it's, most artists, when you write that first hit, you're probably going to be in your bedroom. So even, when that record makes it onto the Billboard charts, most artists, they have humble beginnings. We all start off with the microphone in the closet or whatever. So I don't know how you would define it, but I could see how it would be in that way. But definitely it's something, I wanted to say that as well. It is genre bending. Have you got any pushback from that? Because nowadays there is pretty much a sound, whether you talk about like EDM, whether you talk about trap, it seems like everybody wants a distinct sound to fit in. Have you purposely stayed away from that? Like, how do you even get to where you are musically? Like, what gets you there?
Yeah. I'm aware, and like I listen to like a lot of radio stuff too. And I, before, forever I didn't have like a aux cord in my car, so I was always jamming either CDs or the radio. I always keep my ear for what's popping, but no, I just I try and stay away from it and try and make stuff that's real to me, because I don't do music for money, and I think that was like one of the bigger things that separated me from a lot of like people I knew and stuff. I never had to squeeze the money out of the music. I had a full-time job. I was in school, I still have a full-time job now. I make some money off of music, but not nearly what I put into it. So it was all about love and art. So I never did anything I didn't want to do. So my music was always like super pure and like always how I felt. And at first people didn't like it, and because it was different, like I've been doing this for a while. Like I dropped like my first mixtape 2014, 2015. And even before that I had released like, singles, like, but didn't even know what they were. So yeah, I just kept it real. And I think that, naturally just kept me in my own lane to where I'm at now. And I'm just always experimenting. I make what I want, and my fans love it because, they don't know what to expect, and they just support what I do because I support them. So I think that's what's up.
So another hard question, like,
yeah,
who are your influences? Like, who, before you even started, what were you listening to?
Yeah, so like I really like hip hop heavy. Like I have an older brother, he's 36, 37. So we always had like a 13-year difference in us, and I had a Walkman and he had a bunch of CDs, and I came across them. That's how I really got my hands on hip hop, other than in the car messing with the radio when I was a kid. So I had like, obviously early Eminem, Tupac, Bone Thugs and Harmony, 50 Cent, and even like Metallica, System of a Down, Incubus, to Mac Miller and Wiz Khalifa, Big Sean, when I was growing up in high school and stuff, and then obviously everything that's going on now. But those were like pivotal at that time, you know.
Hmm.
Perfect.
We
So
sound like we could be friends, bro. Outside of this,
Yeah, yeah, man. I'm saying.
we've worked with several of those, man. We've been on tour with a lot of them.
Oh, good people.
Kevin, yeah, bro. Kevin, there was what was it, 2010 stint. Kevin, it was J. Cole, Currency,
Oh, J.
Wiz,
Cole. Yeah,
Big Sean. All
crazy.
he was on tour with all of them, man, and that's kind of what got us like splashed in. So,
so
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say it, but the vibes that you give off, and I never like comparing artists, but this used to be like one of my favorites. He's a contemporary of mine, and the first time I saw this guy was at South by, and I felt like I crushed the stage, and then he just came out and just he just demolished my little set. But Mike Posner,
Oh
um,
shit.
mm,
like I feel like
Oh,
y'all don't sound the same. So let me
right.
let me let me let me let me state this. They don't sound the same, but the
he's a
feeling
legend.
that I get when I hear your songwriting and when I hear the records is very like from a vulnerable place, but it's jamming at the same time. And not a lot of artists are able to do that. I feel like when you talk about songwriters who are really able to capture that essence and like be cool, be vulnerable, and like still like connect with like both the females and the males, Mike Posner, and then of course Drake. But Drake is the one that
Mm,
everybody goes for.
of course.
I guess here lately, Post Malone jams, but I still don't feel like he connects on like that deep down personal level, where you're
Gotcha.
like, man, I really went through this. Post has like big records, and I don't want to
Yeah.
take anything from him, but like the Posner and Drake, like that personal, like is he talking about my life experience or whatever? I felt like you're in that vein. So, that's great
Yeah.
stuff. Just moving right along, man. What's on your playlist right now? Like, besides yourself, who is on your
Man,
playlist?
that new Black, right? Six Black or Black, I believe it's Black. How it's pronounced. He went crazy. I've been listening to a lot of uh, Dominic Fike.
Okay.
So I really, yeah, I like what he's got going on. Omar Apollo as well. He does a lot of stuff with Dominic Fike. But those guys, I mean, man. I've also was listening to. Uh, I listened to a lot of Revolution lately. Dude, I recently crashed my car, by the way, so that it switched up my whole vibe.
Uh,
I like Wi-Fi's Funeral. He had some new stuff that came out. He's a Florida hip hop artist.
Mm-hmm.
yep.
Um,
You
yeah.
like Lil Pump? You like Lil Pump?
Yeah, I support him. I like the guy, his buddy Smoke Perp. Uh, I think they,
Yeah.
I don't listen to him on a daily. That's the thing. People ask me if I like things. It's like, yeah, I like them, but I can't. I don't listen to them. That's a whole different like, you know, you like it or you listen to it often. But yeah,
Sure.
uh, I don't know. To be honest,
Florida based. You like that DJ Khaled?
yeah. Well, you're best. Yeah, I actually grew up buying Khaled CDs. Like that was funny too. My brother was like, "Yeah, we got to get the new Khaled CD." I was like, "All right, we
And
got to do
so
it."
I don't think you mentioned it, but like tell everybody where you're from.
Oh yeah. Well, Pompano Beach, Florida, Broward County, down here in South Florida. Yeah.
So like you're in the midst of, I mean, over the last like
Oh
you
man.
know 5 years, it has been a wave of music that has come out of that area, and it's been really like young dudes. I'm talking about. It seems like everybody there they pick up a microphone when they like five, and you have all of this. So like, how are you thriving in a market that's so competitive now? Like you go back 10 years, you maybe have Plies and T Pain representing Florida. Um, but how do you compete in a market where it's just so much talent? How do you cut through?
Yeah. Well, I think it's a great question. I think you got to focus on brand. more than selling the brand or the product. Kind of focus on building something that people will come to over time through quality and really caring about the people. Also, nowadays, I think it's so much easier to build a career doing anything you want with social media and content creation and stuff. So just staying active and really messing with the people, because the people are buying merch, they're buying tickets, they're streaming the projects. Then yeah, focusing on brand and value and caring about what I do and not just doing anything and everything. So I think that over time, set me aside from everybody else, and taking advantage of free opportunities. Like, that's the whole other thing. I do this all the time. Like, this is great. Like, free press. Like, I just got off a call from a PR company, and they're like, yeah, 1,500 minimum. I'm like, I'm all right, but I'll do all the free stuff as much as I can, because I know what it's worth.
Hey, people don't see that. They don't see the grind. I think people think about making records and they think about only the making records part, but like, you have to have a whole PR budget, and if you don't, you have to be so creative to cut through. And of course, you're on here now, and I'm in Texas, and I've heard of you now, so of course you're doing something right. And so, with that being said, man, like, of course, you got Lockdown Nation. For a guy who's on the come up, right? Like, how has this whole, lockdown COVID thing, how has it like affected the way you promote, record? Like, how has it affected, your grind in terms of everything that you're doing?
Yeah, it's definitely an inspiration. I've been working full time. I'm an essential worker in construction for my family business. I mean, we got a bunch of like houses that we maintain. Our clients are out of town, so I still work full time, just being super safe. And but yeah, it's definitely had me creative. I'm in the studio as often as I can. I do a lot of songwriting from home, a lot of playing the guitar, and it definitely gives me something to talk about. But man, it's crazy. Like, down here, people are going outside. Are you guys outside, like, and hanging out and stuff? In Texas right now?
I'm not hanging out no more. I just got off quarantine.
Yeah.
Sidebar, because I don't want to take away from your story at all. But I caught COVID, and so
man.
so
I hope you're doing
I
good.
went through that whole little thing. I'm feeling good. But yeah, man, it was scary. So like, I don't want no COVID parties.
I'm already knowing. That's what I'm saying. So I've been trying to stay indoors as much as possible. To be honest, if I didn't have to work, I wouldn't. But over time, down here, I guess, it started to look all right and stuff. But yeah, I've been creative. Obviously now it's heating up again. So God bless, man. But yeah, I've been creative and just always trying to, every day's a new day. That's why if you're inspired by something that's like real, like life, everyday activities, like I try and talk about real stuff that I go through, successes, failures, hardships and stuff. And I think that's what makes music really hit home to me, because music like did that for me. So I'm trying to put that back into music. But with these hard times, it helps aid, my creativity in those directions and stuff. So yeah, I love it. But I also am praying that everything gets good.
For sure. Anthony, I'm gonna pull you in right here, man.
What's up?
I need you to tell me and we're gonna jump into this. So, Mikey, you're gonna have to explain to us how this even happened. But how did you even come across? Because I can't take the credit. Like, Anthony hit me up, was like, "Yo, you gotta check this out." It's like 1 a.m. Like, what you doing? You gotta check this out. Check the video out. So, Anthony, take us through the process.
Okay, man. So, every week I go through this, I go through my process of finding some new music or finding something buzzworthy to talk about. And, man, I was talking to Mikey earlier. I said, hey, bro, the way I found you, I said, I get these emails from SoundCloud. And that's where I like to find my artists, bro. But, like, I got this, and normally when they send me, hey, hot tracks to check out this week, it's, like, from mainstream artists. So I was like, I always just, like, look through it. It's, like, Lil Yachty, Gunner, all these people. And I'm just like, I can get to that later. But what got me was in the subject line, it was SoundCloud presents, what is it, I Am Other, playlist curated by Pharrell. And, like, seriously, bro, hey, it was 2002. I was a couple of buddies of mine had a band. and they were doing some really good music. So I was like, and Star Trek at the time, which is Neptunes, which is Pharrell, they were accepting submissions. So I burned a disc, I sent it in. I'm like, hey, I think this is something that like y'all would pick up. Well, they didn't, but like I already like Pharrell's ear. You know what I'm saying? Like I know he knows what he's doing, dude. Like he's one of the best to ever do it. So with his name attached to I Am Other and SoundCloud, curated by Pharrell, I said I gotta like press play. Press play. Mikey song was the first one, and
Right.
if you know, hey, and if you really know some real stuff, bro, like you put a heavy hitter right at the beginning, so that way you can grab their attention. So that got me, and I was like, okay, Kevin. And I already got on. I said, hey, bro, we need to do something with this. Check this out, because I already knew. I see the potential in it, man, and the song's jamming. So like, and everybody I played it for can agree. So I'm like, hey, I still got the ear. We got you here. I was like, hey, we need to get him on before he snubs us and doesn't want to talk to us no more. Let's get him now.
No, we're good, man. I appreciate the invite. You guys are awesome, man.
Hey,
Yeah, it's crazy.
So take me through the process. The record that Pharrell curated. So Slow Day, take me from the process of you making that record to it somehow ending up where Pharrell I mean, it's a cosign because it's on a project that he's a part of. So how does it take me through the process where you made the record, and then how it even gets to where we're hearing it on a Pharrell curated playlist?
Yeah, man, that was bedroom pop. You know, that was right here where I'm at here. You know, I got my little studio set up in my room, and that was a YouTube beat. This dude GC, super smooth. You gotta check him out. And I was like flipping through. I'm always looking for guitar records. Like I need an abundance of, you know, beats, and I play the guitar a little bit and do some production and stuff, but I always need something new. So I found something, and I was like, oh, this is crazy. And it had a lot of room for vocals and like no drums in it until like, you know, a minute 30 or whatever it was at. So I was like, I always like room for vocal because, you know, I feel like you get the records, like the beat, the music is half of it already, and normally it already steers the idea. It influences the idea because you already got somebody's idea. They laid the drums, they laid the keys, they laid whatever. So it's cool to you know, sometimes to make your own stuff. But this time I had this open space and I was able to do whatever I wanted. So I just sung, and I don't normally do it like that all the time without rapping, but I made the record, wrote it just about some everyday stuff. And I think that's why they chose it out of 25,000 submissions, because it was super relative and the project had a theme to it. And the theme was, you know, about the COVID-19 affecting artists and, you know, musicians not being able to create in the hard times and, you know, everything that was going on in the world. So, yeah, it's crazy. Recorded the record, demoed it at the crib, took it to the studio, sent it off to get mastered, you know, put some cover art to it. And it was out for months before, it got put onto the project. And then I was on SoundCloud, and I think a submission came up, you know, like a pop-up, boom. I just logged in, a pop-up came up, boom. You know, I Am Other Pharrell. I thought nothing of it, but I'm always submitting for Spotify playlists. I'm always submitting to blog opportunities. I'm always, you know, moving the music to get some ears on it. So I was like, yo, no brainer, boom. Took 2 seconds, submitted the record. And you could have submitted unlimited records, I think. You could submit all your records. I submitted one, I didn't even know. And then, yeah, I thought nothing of it. Got an email 3 months later, like, looked super spammy because it was from SoundCloud. And I was like, man, I've been on here forever. But like, you know, what the heck? Why are you reaching out to me? And then I forgot. I was like, oh, I must have submitted to this. And yeah, they were like, hey, you've been chosen or whatever. And, you know, then the process went on and they waited a little bit and then we released. But yeah, I mean, it was crazy. That's why I tell all my people, you know, yo, way before this happened, I put out like content for like the kids who like follow me who are like making music. Because when I was coming up, you know, I didn't really have somebody who was like putting me on game. And I think that's super important. But, you know, I tell them, yo, submit to Spotify playlist opportunities, you know, make sure you're out there submitting to these blogs. And I give all these websites and resources and how to move your stuff. So this was just like a layup. This was like, oh, yo, no brainer, like submit to this. And I tell them, yo, you better be submitting this stuff because these opportunities come and you never know when they're going to hit. You know, 10 out of 25,000 records, that blew my mind. I was like, man, you know.
Hey, so
Yeah.
you batting 1,000 for SoundCloud, man. That's something to talk about right there, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm saying. So, but in the relationship building was the best part about it. You know, now I got a bunch of connections at SoundCloud, and they're super cool people, and I think that's the most out of it. I'm not gonna, it doesn't, make me rich or nothing. It's like just it's an accolade. So I'm super thankful, and shout out to Pharrell and all them. Crazy connections. That's what I'm saying. I got phone numbers. It's like, yo, what's going on?
There we go.
Nice.
So I guess kind of parlaying it a little bit. What like what future projects are you working on? You're working on just a batch of singles right now, but like for guys who have not heard of you yet, like what can they expect, and like what are the projects that are in the pipeline for you right now?
Yeah, hits, man. Real music, real good music, good feel music. Yeah, a bunch of singles. I was supposed to put out a project, but I kind of split it up because I've been watching consumption patterns, man, and not everybody's into, you got to some people need to get spoon fed, but I got my band Fresh Socks will have a little EP coming out. And then I'm always putting things together. I got a bunch of stuff, but a bunch of R&B stuff, a bunch of guitar music, so maybe an acoustic project coming, next, soon, sometime.
Hey, y'all. Hey, one of my original notes from that song, bro, "Slow Day" was I put guitar, slow jams, uh, R&B ish. Like
Yeah.
I was like, there it is, man. Like that's what I was listening for. It was crazy.
I'm a sucker for guitar, man. I'm telling you, the guitar. My dad played the guitar, so any beat, if you just do it right, it's simple. Like producers out there, just if you want to give me a beat, man, guitar, some clean drums, and room for vocals. Done, done. I'm singing.
For sure. So this last record, before we let you go, the last
Yes.
record is actually like an older record. So I don't know. I know, I used to be funny when people would talk about my older stuff because
Yeah, yeah.
you want to move on to what you got coming out. But
Yep.
you have a record called Crab Cakes, right?
Yes. Dude, and
Hey,
it's not even that old. It's like I dropped the video. It's not even that old. It's like months old. I dropped the video first though. I dropped it exclusively as a video on YouTube, like just because I hadn't dropped the video in a while, and I was like, yo, I'm just gonna put it all on a video and like just drive my fans in one direction. But then I recently released the rest of the rollout on Spotify and all platforms like, a month ago or so. So it was so it ain't that old, but yeah, that's a really good record, man. I like that one. That was my jam for a while before I released it.
for
I was
sure.
I was I was
So
liking it.
I'm gonna be doing a YouTube listening later this week, so I'm gonna definitely,
Oh
with Mikey's
wow.
permission, I'm gonna go through and we're gonna have to get that on there. Me and Mikey gonna talk about it offline, and for those of you who are wondering, Facebook might kill my stream if I have if I have any copyright issues. So that's why
Oh
we're not
yeah.
playing it, because the visual is fire, the record is fire. But as always, man, we got to pull you into some real conversation,
Yep.
just a tad bit of real conversation. So me and Anthony were talking about this. Kanye West came out. He had his first campaign rally
Oh my
yesterday.
gosh.
Without, you don't have to get into politics. Are you voting for Yeezy? or,
Man, no. This time I'm gonna have to pass on that one. But I didn't know what I didn't know what all the hoopla was about. I had seen some stuff and I was like, man, but I don't think I could vote for Yeezy for Ye either way, man. I respect him, and huge influence. But man, I mean, if man, I don't know. I don't even know who needs to be president right now, but something needs to change, man. I think, yeah, but crazy. No, yay, no.
okay, so whenever we finish the show, I always do the minute to win it. You're the guest, so you're actually gonna go last. So the minute to
man.
win it, just to brief you, that's where you tell everybody that is watching you for the first time in a minute all the things that they need to be checking out. Is where you plug yourself, plug your projects. I'm gonna let Anthony go first. Anthony, you got a minute to win it. Let's go.
Okay, so hey man, check this out. So in my minute to win it, man, it's gonna feature Mikey SB, because just this whole process, man, like we were able to build a show around him and feature him, and I still think we can still get more out of this too. You know what I'm saying? So thinking about this, just like rough estimates and rough numbers, bro. Like on your SoundCloud, when I first heard it, you had like 84.3 thousand uh, listeners on that on the Slow Jam. So I was like, that that's what's up, Slow Day. I looked at your YouTube, you had 312 views in a week, and that was just I think a third party posting your track. So like so I was like, damn, we own this young. And then your IG, you were at 5843 on followers. So I'm like, we are here on the ground level and it's about to go. You know what I'm saying? So like, man, hey, I appreciate you being on the show, dude, and accepting being a guest, bro, because like that's like what we want to do, especially for New Music Monday.
Yeah, dude.
Going forward, man, there's actually a lot of good talent on that curated list, man. So like if you ever get a chance to go through that, I'm gonna count right now. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 plus you. So I have 5 out of that I was like, hey, I like what I'm hearing here.
The whole
So
project.
keep it up, bro. So guess what, man? This is what it goes back to. Hey, I read a book, what was it, in 2008, 2009, Russell Simmons' Do You. So a lot of the stuff that I saw that you were posting online, you have that same mentality, man. It's like, hey, do what you gotta do what you love to do, but hey, man, by any means, like make it possible. And if whatever your full-time job is, you still gotta hustle and do that other thing. And that's what I always tell Kevin, man. Like, do you, bro? It is what you say it is, and good things will come from that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
My minute to win is not gonna take very long. I'm gonna be doing the listening party sometime this week on YouTube, and we for sure gonna play more of Mikey SB stuff as well as just random stuff. We're gonna find random stuff that we're gonna listen to, but for sure it will be during the listening party sometime this week. And Mikey, the last word is with you, my guy. You got a minute to win it. Let's get it.
Listen, shout out to you guys for the opportunity and people who do things like you guys do for artists like me, because that's, where would we be without that? Head Straight, this new record, Super Fire, July 31st. Other than that, man, Slow Day, the Pharrell times SoundCloud I Am Other compilation. Go stream that, run that up. Crazy opportunity. And keep chasing your dream, doing what you love, and that's it, man. Stay blessed. Another day above ground's a good day, and you can fix all those problems. It's not a big deal. So,
hey, where can we find you at? Where can they find you?
Yeah, I was about to just leave. It's Mike SB everywhere. ITS Mike SB. Some people are like, yo, all right, Mike SB, like it's Mike SB. No, it's legit. It's Mike SB. ITS Mike SB everywhere, man.
For sure. All right. Well, Hey, Mikey, thank you for coming through the show.
For
Anthony,
sure, bro.
As always, we're gonna connect again. We'll be here next week, and of course, YouTube, Facebook. Y'all already know how it goes down. As I always like to say, once you go Jack, you never go back. And this was a great week, Mikey SB. I'm telling you, don't play yourself. I tried to tell y'all before. I don't want to toot my own horn, but toot. I'm going to say I told you so. So go ahead and check it out. It's the Kevin Jack Show. We'll see y'all real soon. We out.
Peace.